and we can talk about it. Hey, everybody,
Mhm.
it's Biggs. It's Shoe Onesie, aka Zatch, aka Schultze. We are part of the Dynasty Pulse. We got a special guest in the house. He is a Razorbacks truther, just like me. Uh, Woo Pig Suey, Razorbacks. And
Man, you got the Traylon Burks talk started early this time.
we're gonna be talking some Traylon, uh, and he's the founder of Fantasy Football Advice Network. No, Fantasy Sports Advice Network. I'm wearing my FFAN hat as we speak. It's Tyler Bradley, everybody. Tyler,
What's
how are
up?
you doing?
Man, I am just got home from work. So
How many cars you
chilling.
saw today?
I do not remember. It was really busy.
Okay.
I think we did like 14. So pretty good Friday in the
Yeah,
realm of car business.
I I I like my car. I don't need a new one.
You always need a new one, Biggs. Everybody needs a
No,
new car.
no.
Hey, I
Uh,
drive
Do I need
a
to whip out the salesman in me? I will.
yes,
you want to know what I drive? A
Tell me
2010
about it.
Toyota Corolla.
A what? Corolla?
2010 Toyota Corolla.
That's a good
That-
drive.
That's
That baby's
newer
paid
than
off.
that's newer than my daily. It's a 2007 Civic Hybrid. 3 years away from being 20 years old.
It's okay. Everybody gives me a hard time at work. So I'm running a Nissan store now, and I have like a 2024 Toyota Sequoia, and they're like, "Oh, you've got to drive a Nissan now," and I'm like, "Well, I'll get around to it."
Get a Nismo pickup.
Yeah.
All right, we are mock drafting SFB14. Get these comments lit up, you guys. I know there's all kinds of you watching. I see 3 of us. All right, we have comments coming off already. Brian or Brain Burst. I always think it's Brian Burst. Brain Burst finished my SFB14 draft. Hertz, Laporta, Henry, Achan, Njoku, Neighbors, Watson, Kirk, Pollard, Brian Robinson Jr., Cortland Sutton, Derek Carr, Kate Otten, Rico Dowdle, Brandon Cooks, Noah Fant, Darius Davis, DJ Dallas, Deontay Hardy, Jake Elliott, Anthony Gould. From round 19 onward, I drafted only players with kick return and punt return designation on weaker wide receiver depth charts, and also stacked Eagles kicker with Hertz. That's a fair strategy. Way to go. You're not going to win, so just have fun.
That's because Biggs is going to win.
Dirty.
I'm not saying that. I'm just having fun. This is my final show of the summer of Fish. All week we have been doing mock drafts, and I've been streaming them. And I have my live draft in San Francisco tomorrow morning, and I am psyched. I'm so pumped for this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep. I made about a half a gallon of cold brew concentrate to take over to Bo's house in the morning, and we're gonna eat biscuits and gravy, and it's gonna be good. All right,
It's gonna be good.
Get this back on. We'll go this way. Boom. Okay, and this is a little bit better. We'll get started here. We need one more. So if you're out there and you haven't gotten into the mock yet, go ahead and do that, and then we can get it started. But really, I've been prepping all week. I'm hella ready to get this thing going, and I have my strategy. Unfortunately, I have my 2 nemesis in the live stream, or in the draft room with me, and that is those are my partners, Greinberg and Schultze. Because we spend so much time together and we do so many shows together. Is this? Please don't tell me it's happening again. Schultze, you want to share the draft board?
I'm not logged in.
Okay. All right. Let's. We need some more bandwidth. Get going. Little hamster. Go. Tickle his little bum. All right. Get him running faster. Mr. Scampers is in the chat. Oh, we're full. Let's go. Come on. Here we go. Okay.
That was way faster than yesterday.
And Famous J.
Invites. Those last like 4 joined came from a league.
Oh.
All about open.
Famous J, I didn't see that quick enough. But if you want to get in the stream, you can. Okay, so Tyler, you are in the Fayetteville Live.
I am.
Are you gunning from the 3 hole?
Man, I am not. I am actually at the 4 spot, but knowing that, so I know that the number 2 pick got in, and he doesn't know that this is a Scott Fishbowl draft. So he went McCaffrey at 2. I mean, yeah, it's a good pick. I'm hoping at the number 4 spot that McCaffrey will find a way to be there that's who I'm hoping to land in round 1. I know that it's a quarterback driven, but the desperation between him and everybody else to me is big enough to take the risk right there.
Yeah, and you want McCaffrey at the 4. I want Lamb at the 7. And
Lamb didn't make it to the 7 on this one, buddy.
Look at this.
This is the wildest top 6 I think I've ever seen.
It's like going to the strip club and you're looking over at the bar, and all of a sudden she falls into your lap. Oh,
says
hey,
it's free.
Lamar Jackson at the 7? Are you kidding me? All right. Famous J drafting at the New York City Live tomorrow. Say hi to Samwise for me. Sal Lito might also be there. Big Mike might be there too, and we're saying hello. Yeah, so you're looking at McCaffrey. That doesn't line up with ADP. Lamar at the 4 is ADP. Would you be happy if McCaffrey goes 1 or 2 to grab Lamar at 4, or are you going to go to Mahomes?
If Mahomes is there, I'll take Mahomes over Lamar. But that's more of a personal preference. I think that I think Mahomes is going to have a slew. I mean, they've got a little bit more strength at wide receiver. I think we just see more come out of his hands. Obviously you don't have the running touchdowns, but I don't think it really matters when you're throwing for 40 plus.
Yeah,
I think that's a great point, because I noticed in the scoring, it's 6 points for a passing touchdown instead of 4, and so I think you're onto it with the Mahomes point, because the upgraded weapons. I'm all in on Kelsey being still what we expect, and Mahomes is a dude who's gonna, like you said, he could easily throw 40 touchdowns, and
let's not get ahead of ourselves, gentlemen. He's still got to see Max Crosby twice. All right, it is the FFAN
bolstered the O-line.
We got another guest.
Touchdowns.
We got another guest in the stream. It's the FFAN takeover. Brian, too much. We got too much Brian in the stream.
What's up,
this
fellas?
Was going well. Now it's too much.
Now it's way too much. Oh, hey, I'm on the clock. Now we talk about 6-point touchdowns. Bang. Touchdown leader. And now I got my 2 quarterbacks. And oh shit, I didn't take a tight end. But there's only 1 off the board, and we're
this is wild. This is crazy.
Crazy.
I don't know what just happened. The time's up already.
It's been doing that. It might be I don't know. It might be because we're sharing the stream. I don't know. What's up, Albert Mataqueen? Or sorry, I should say, good day, mate. How you going, champion? He's down under or whatever. Wallaby, kangaroo. All right, and we got.
I don't think I've ever had this many choices at 212, man.
Oh my god, this tart cherry limeade from Polar is so amazing. Polar, not a sponsor, but hey, reach out.
I was gonna say, you sponsoring there?
Oh, that third round reversal kills in the Scott Fishbowl.
Well, it's kind of beautiful when you know it's coming. So here's the thing. The last 2 years in a row, last year I knew about the third round reversal and I chose the 10. I wanted to draft from there because I knew what was happening. I was in a slow draft. A spot in the San Francisco Live opened up and I jumped on it and it happened to be the 6. So I wasn't able to choose my draft spot. This year, San Francisco Live, I get one of the early invites. I'm first in the division to choose. I choose the 12 spot because I wanted to pick at the turn and get that third round reversal. They eliminated my division and put me in another division at the pick 7. So twice I did not get to choose my draft slot. But that's okay because I'm very comfortable in the middle. I'm not hurt by the third round reversal. I actually like it quite a bit. And okay.
Yeah, that's how I was last year. I was a late addition to the tournament, and I ended up getting put at the 108. And this year, I got my pick of the litter, and I chose the 108.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I think I can get Anthony Richardson right about there. He went at 107.
Gotcha.
Heartbroken.
Now, are you in here?
No, I'm not in here.
Okay.
I was actually on my way to bed, and I'm next up on my Scott Fishbowl draft. So I was like, I'll pop in and say hey until I've got to make my pick.
Yeah, 9 o'clock's pretty late.
Hey, I got to get up at 4:30.
That's likely when I'm gonna wake up too. Oh no, I'm as low as I can get. I'm trying to adjust this camera so I can. Oh, there we go. Get my FFAN hat in the picture.
Nice.
Everybody go to FFAN and subscribe. You know, why not?
Isn't that the sponsor for the expo?
It actually is. And I feel like there's going to be an army of us who are there representing.
What a cool nugget of information.
I'm sorry, Bradley. We have hijacked our Fantasy Football Plus, the Dynasty Pulse episode, and we're plugging another brand. But also go subscribe to Player Profiler. Find our archive at playerprofiler.com/news. It's where you can find our aggregated news pieces and Player Profiler Player Profiler _NFL for YouTube, and also Undroppables. Go subscribe to the Undroppables. Subscribe to all of our platforms. They are wonderful. Damn it. Fucker. Okay.
I love it.
I know I was that guy. I did that dirtbag move. I scooped up 3 quarterbacks.
That's not the dirtbag move. The dirtbag move is taking Trevor Lawrence far before ADP.
I took him at 401.
Shit, you have 3 QBs. I just noticed that. Damn.
Yeah.
I currently punted the position.
At a disadvantage, baby.
You punted quarterback.
Okay. Yeah, I took my first one at 4-8. I took Brock Purdy. They actually flew off
Purdy
the board.
Went 3 midway through the third.
All right. If oh my God, he's there.
And then I just took my second one with my 9th pick with Aaron Rodgers.
Now, I am not getting George Kittle in the 4th in this draft because I am going to be a Raider fan among 20 49ers fans. But as of yesterday, his ADP was top of the 5th. He's going to go earlier than that in our draft. I guarantee it. Which is where I took him. Look at that.
Damn, yeah, there's some heavy teams. Team 2, we've got 3 running backs.
That would be Binky. I don't know who that is, but I wouldn't touch Kyron Williams with your 10-foot pole.
Hey, it's only 9 foot.
Hey-o.
Who's counting?
We have chat action in the Sleeper app. Whoa, 3 QB strategy. Yeah, that was a bad decision. I don't know about that. I mean, you I don't know about like the guys you got, but I'm taking 4 quarterbacks. I don't care. I would rather spend my fab on other positions than quarterback, because if you have a handcuff and somebody goes down, like say you have Sam Howell and Geno Smith gets hurt, the fab is going to be like in the $60 to $70 range to be able to win him. So I'm just going to take him in the draft and save my fab for, finding out who the actual kick return and punt return guys are. Mike Greinberg is fucking taking my people that he knows I want. Again,
while he's at a Canadian barbecue.
Swear to God, I'm so glad he won't be there tomorrow. I love you, Mike. All right. Shia LaBeouf, multiple time winner, not the real Shia LaBeouf, multiple time winner of the mock draft MVP. In fact, he had a double win yesterday. So you said you're punting quarterback. What was your heavy running back?
Yeah, I ended up going heavy running back the first 2 rounds. Just kind of how the board fell to me. Just barely. I was at 1-8, so I was kind of hoping Jaden Daniels would come back and I could grab him with my 3rd pick, just as a shot for the stars player. And he went at 210, so shattered those plans.
That's we call that a reach.
Yeah, in retrospect, I might have taken Kyler at 108. He went at 109, and I'd seen it in some mock drafts, him falling to the 2nd round. So I was kind of hoping I'd get him there. But again, I think that's the beauty of the Scott Fish Bowl. Not only is the scoring format different each and every year, but like every draft is different. Like ADP, You can't find anything that's anywhere close. The stylization, it's different across the board. Like I've seen some drafts that are going heavy where these people are picking up 2 and 3 tight ends early, and then I've seen some positions or some
would do that?
Like where they're punting it. I saw one draft board where kickers are starting off in like the 8th and 9th round coming off the board. Currently we're in the 9th round in mine, and no kickers have gone. So,
Yeah, of course. Now last year I punted wide receiver until 10th round, and the first one I took was Treylon Burks.
Ooh.
And then I got Nico and Mike Evans, and made the 2nd round of the playoffs. So as long as you can find your guys and they pay off, it's not a problem to punt a position, I don't think.
How much are y'all leaning into the return yards being a facet?
A lot.
It's like my main strategy for my last probably five-ish picks, maybe. Like, give me someone who is gonna have that chance to return and also is gonna have a shot at maybe some snaps. Like that combo, I'll draft all those dudes.
Mm-hmm. And of course, the big name this year has been Rashid Shaheed, who I had in the Fishbowl last year and drafted him in like the 16th round or something. But the thing about Rashid, and I've been kind of like, how you like somebody and then you kind of like back off a little bit, and I've liked him for a while, and this year he's getting so much steam, I'm like kind of like trending away from him. But then I remembered I had a gate around my brain, and I remembered this morning that this is his 3rd season. And what do we always talk about on the dynasty side with wide receivers?
Year 3 breakouts. Like it's
exactly.
Earn that money.
Yeah. And so I am suddenly renewed on Rashid Shaheed. I want him even more now. And because I know I've watched personally, literally live, like at Oakland Coliseum, I've watched Derek Carr elevate wide receivers. He does it over and over and over again. And you can quibble all you want, but he got wide receiver 1 numbers and career years out of guys like Michael Crabtree, Zay Jones, career years out of Mac Hollins. He made Amari Cooper early. Like he chucks it, and
Trevor Lawrence made that Zay Jones career year look like child's play.
Yeah, Zay Jones sure went off in Jacksonville, didn't he?
2022.
All right.
Wow, Mike is heavy. Mike is heavy.
Holy
You
moly.
can fuck all of the way off right now.
Wow.
You know he's just giggling so hard over there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he said he was having a hangout with his boys. He's probably drinking, throwing them back, laughing just because he's getting under big skin.
Well, he
right.
knows
They probably got the live stream up on the TV. He's just laughing.
He knows my draft. So this is my draft board. CD Dak, Evan Lawrence, Ferguson, Ramondre, Zamir.
Let me write that down real quick.
And he knows that.
That's amazing.
Motherfucker.
Look at this run on running backs, man.
I haven't taken one yet.
Man, 7 out of the last 8 picks, 9 picks.
All right, I guess I'll zag, fucker.
Get that kicker. Come on, get that kicker.
He ain't gonna do it. Not this early. Boop. Oh. Okay.
Scroll up a little bit.
I ain't playing.
Can we see the rest of the board?
That's it.
Oh, that is the top. Okay.
Yeah. Well, Josh Allen, you just can't see the name. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Cool. Dang, first wide receivers lad.
Hell yeah. For the content, baby. No, I
mean, you're gonna be starting two tight ends most weeks anyway. Looking at that.
3. So if anybody follows Bootleg Football and Brett Coleman, he just did. They're doing team previews, and they just did the Raiders. Their information is a little bit behind. They still keep talking about Gardner Minshew as if he's going to be the starting quarterback, which I understand the idea of that. He's being paid more money. He was a free agent signing. Those signs point to him being the starter, but head coach likes Aiden O'Connell, and Devontae Adams likes Aiden O'Connell, and those are the 2 most important factors. Also, Aiden O'Connell's better. Not as mobile. He's like Aiden O'Connell's as mobile as Jared Goff with 2 broken legs. But they were talking about the tight end situation. They were pointing out the fact that Luke Getsy loves 12 personnel. He just didn't have the guys to do it in Chicago. And also, there have been offenses before that have sustained a pass-catching inline tight end along with a big slot like Brock Bowers. So Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers together is not a problem for both of them to wind up scoring points at tight end. You know you want to take him.
No.
I love the Hawkinson pick this year. I've scooped in a lot of mocks, but I didn't get him in my actual one, but love him.
What's funny is if I manage to grab him, he's going to bookend my Scott Fishbowl experience because I took him in the 2nd round last year, and he carried me to the playoffs. This year, I'll get him at a value, and he'll carry me through the playoffs.
I feel pretty good getting him that late.
Yeah, that's huge value. He is,
especially since you have Laporta. Like, you don't have to worry while Hawkinson's hurt.
He actually is going in the 8th round. Boop. Okay, back to the Shaheed talk. Third year breakout, and then people have done let's take this SFB14 scoring and apply it to 2023 statistics. And Shaheed scored as many points in this scoring system last year as Jamar Chase. He was wide receiver 4. So if he does have the return duties and he increases his on-field, his in the offense performance just a little bit, he's absolutely a smash. What? Oh, Gatorators apparently keeps getting sniped by my girl Charlene.
All right. So does Mike go running back or tight end here?
He's gonna take somebody on my board. Deontay Johnson.
He's got to go wide receiver or quarterback, right? Got to.
He's taking.
I don't know.
Deontay
He has more
Johnson.
running backs than tight ends, so I bet he goes tight end.
Jonathan Brooks.
And he's a Chiefs fan, and there goes Hollywood.
Hollywood, yeah.
He
got us
better
all
grab a
good.
Quarterback.
He still has another pick.
Wouldn't be surprised if he double dips quarterback here.
We're watching you, Mike.
What'd I say?
Deontay Johnson. He's listening.
You called it. Yeah.
He's listening.
Mike, if you're in the sleeper draft board in the chat, tell us if you're watching or not. I don't think he is.
Sounds like you're talking to your crystal ball there.
I think that's just
Oh, chat, please tell us.
he knows I'm super high on Deontay. And all right. Where am I at? Damn. Well played, Charlene. My San Francisco live draft compatriot.
Comrade.
To be honest, I've never in the history of playing fantasy football waited this late to take a running back.
So you're not a 0 RB guy.
No, I'm a hero RB guy. Like I want to grab like a CMC or a Bijan or a Brees, something like that, and then I want to layer out my team because you can get people that can put up points later, but I want to have like at least one in that position bank because you usually have to have two that I know is going to be at least 5 to 10 point separation from everybody else.
I was gonna say, yeah, this is rare. All your best balls drafts you've done with me so far, they've been hefty RB at least one there in the early.
Yeah, now I got to go crazy because everybody's gone. All right, so let's go. We're going to take risk, but maybe reward. And go with a little Memphis royalty right there.
Ouch. Oof.
Hey, he's Memphis royalty. He's playing in Tennessee now. His folks can come to his games.
He was paid to be the guy.
All right, well, go ahead and put your money where your mouth is and follow that up with a little Antonio Gibson, bud.
I might do it.
Sorry.
Except for Antonio Gibson ain't playing for his folks.
No, that's true. But he's still Memphis. A Memphis guy. All right.
Y'all want to see something wild?
Oh,
yeah. Do
tight
it.
end.
Do it. Just for the content.
Just for fun. Just
Hunter
for fun.
Henry.
Treylon Burks.
Pow!
Good.
You got them back together again. Look at that. You got them back together.
I know it makes you sick. I know it does.
Insert Dumb and Dumber gag meme.
Hey, look, 70
And
plus
Eckler's just as
receptions last
bad.
year. He had that every year with Dallas, except for when Pollard was in the game. So take Pollard away, get Zeke back in there. Maybe we can get another 70 plus reception, which means top 15 running back for Zeke.
What I really love is you can tell the people who look for upside, and then you can tell the people that look for downside. and you have Zach Moss, Tony Pollard, Zeke Elliott, and Austin Eckler in a bunch right there. And
I have to say, I was surprised to
Devin
see
Singletary on
Zach
top.
Moss go so far ahead of the others.
I think I'd take Zach Moss over. Yeah, all four of those guys.
yeah, I wouldn't take him over Brian Robinson, but I would take him over the other three.
Yeah, I'd probably have those two in a tier, and then Zeke and Pollard together, and then Eckler and Single. Actually, then I'd have Singletary and then Eckler.
So let me ask you this. Why would you take Moss above there? Because historically, Moss has had pops, right? But even when he gets the pops, he can't stay healthy. He doesn't stay on the field the whole time. It's like Alexander Madison. You get pops, and then you get nothing. Pops,
Well, even Madison, you're not getting pops from. Zach Moss. Zach Moss is like the ultimate spike week running back. because he doesn't play a lot because he's hurt all the time. But when he does, he's scoring like 30 points a game. So if you have a situation where you're banking on, you have other running backs and you're banking on Moss to be healthy during the Scott Fish Bowl playoffs, which wind up being you're basically in a best ball situation, as long as you can. It's not best ball, but it's, like you're not playing head to head. He can have some of those weeks that are just like huge.
And to be fair, he hasn't missed more than 3 games in a season. Just throwing that out there. The average running back misses 2 a season, so like he's not off.
Are you counting partial games, or are you counting are you just looking at sleeper and see how many he got 0 carries in?
Oh, I'm just looking at in 2023 he played 14 games, 13, 13, 13.
Yeah. How many of those did he have minimal carries?
Well, I mean, he wasn't poised as a starter for a lot of those, but like last year he finishes RB10, RB4, RB21, RB2, RB9, RB30, RB14. That was 8 weeks consecutively. Like, what pulled him off the field was an injury. It was Jonathan Taylor after that. So, like, it's just at this point, like, you're not going to get that much consistency and that much volume to a guy this late. I mean, Zeke's actually a pretty decent argument, and that's why I had Brian Robinson in that same tier, because I think he's going to get a lot of volume. But, like, the Bengals are going to be a plus offense, and that's what I like to bet in, especially the running back. So, I don't know. This late, it's just hard to get a starting running back for, a good team.
Yeah, and he's not going to, if he stays healthy, he's not going to be pushed by Chase Brown.
No, dude can't pass block. It's too little. But I do think Chase Brown's going to have some spike weeks. So, like, I don't think he's worthless, but I just don't think you're going to know when to play him.
Yeah, that's fair. Until Zach Moss inevitably gets hurt.
Yeah. Hey, then that wheels up, That's when you're all ready for Chase Brown. But I just don't have as many shares of him for some reason. Which it's funny because most of the time when you look at this area for running back, like this zone of the draft board, when it's an older guy and a younger guy going right around the same place, you always bet on the younger one. Like we always, we get burned 9 times out of 10 with stuff like that. But for some reason in this situation, I'm definitely buying the older piece. But like Tennessee, I like Tajay Spears over Pollard. I like them both, but like I like betting on him.
Your guy. And then you took my guy. All right.
Sorry, Schultz. I know you're a Jags fan. T-Law, Thomas. I was just feeling it tonight,
Hell yeah.
Dreaming of that connection.
I have a really hard. It's really hard to read Brian Thomas Jr. He's either going to be Quentin Johnston or Mike Evans.
You know who's a harder read to me? Keon Coleman.
He's an easy read. He's not gonna pan out.
I'll take Brian Thomas Jr. over that. Yeah,
that was my turn.
So the thing I like about Brian Thomas
for Bo Nix
is that I had concerns when he was first drafted. Like, I don't think he's this stereotypical X receiver that can do it all.
Big.
But the Jags have come out and said that that's not what they're going to do with him, and they're going to use him in the way they used Ridley last year, which they misused Ridley by running him deep down the field and running, slants and screens and comebacks, all things that Brian Thomas highly excelled at LSU. So they're going to actually use him the right way, it seems like, which is incredibly surprising from a Jaguars fan perspective. So that's my positive take on Brian Thomas. I think the usage they're going to ask him, the type of play they're going to ask of him is what suits him well, and that's a big plus.
My deal with Ridley was half a foot away from 4 more touchdowns last season. It's like awareness rating below, it was killing me. Because I took Trevor Lawrence in a bunch of leagues, and every time I was like, "Oh, it could have been a touchdown." Just turn your foot sideways. Could have been a touchdown.
Which is one of the big reasons I'm still high on Trevor this year. There is so much positive regression for him. I mean, he's just screaming it.
And his price is glorious.
I want to talk tight ends for a second. No, first of all, I like how it says cotton. So Hunter Henry, we had Andrew Cooper, the tight end guru at Koopa Fiasco, on the show, and I talked to him about tight ends. I've had him on a couple times. He's a font of information. I love having him on because nobody like sharps tight ends like he does. And the way he broke down the year that Hunter Henry is about to have, I'm all in on Henry, and you just took him as the 18th tight end on the board.
Yeah, that's another price. Like, you can't get a guy, I feel like, with this much of the piece of the pie that he's going to have this late in the draft. I think there's an argument to be made for Musgrave. He is, but look where he went on this board. He went significantly higher. Yeah, absolutely love Henry. Same board. Especially if it's Brissett.
So the downside is I'm super high on Henry. I think that he's easily could have like an 8 touchdown season, if not better. But like I'm doing my Scott Fish, live draft in Fayetteville. So the reality is these Razorbacks are I'm probably not going to be able to get Henry that late, in Fayetteville. But I definitely like it. I like him having an actual, like a semi-decent quarterback. But I mean, I don't know if you've watched camp film or like him working out and he was always a good pass catcher, but I mean, it's looked even better going into this season. So I'm excited about it. That's why I took him there. I like Cade Otton too, but to me, I've got Henry above.
Yeah. And the thing about Henry is that the Patriots have a new head coach, a new quarterback. It's going to be Drake May eventually, but it may start out as Jacoby Brissett. And they have a new offensive coordinator. Do you know who their offensive coordinator is? It's Alex Van Pelt, who is coming over from Cleveland, where he was the OC there, and made David Njoku a thing. And he made Austin Hooper a thing. He knows how to get the ball into the hands of tight ends that can do something with it. And Hunter Henry is an absolute smash red zone target. So he is going to be a huge value. Even if you're taking him outside of the top 10, he's like the chances of him having a top 10 tight end season is very, very high.
Oh, I hate this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to make one more run on the high hopes maybe.
JK, rolling those dice.
We got Pat Joyce coming in with yo. Can you expound on that, Pat?
Yo, it was just the first half. It had to come back up.
We just had the first kicker go.
The worst part about doing these is that every time I see somebody go off the board that I want, that I like, it's either Schultz or Greinberg.
And they're on the bookends too.
Stop it. And there goes QJ. Is it Quentin Johnston breakout season, you guys?
You shut your mouth.
Someone's got to catch the ball.
Yeah,
in San Diego.
We're just going to do it. I'm going to roll with it.
Ladd is going to be the target leader, and Josh Palmer is probably going to be the yards leader.
I would say I'd easily take Palmer still over QJ.
I'm sure Palmer's still there too.
That's what I was just checking. He is, yeah.
All right, fellas, I got to take my exit. I got to roll out of here. Thanks for letting me join in the fun.
No problem. Enjoy your 4 wake up.
Yeah.
Rest.
Catch y'all later.
We'll be thinking of you, Brian. All right, and boom. It's not that. There you go. Okay. I don't know why I took Ty Chandler. Do you guys know why I took Ty Chandler?
No.
Okay.
Are you going to expound, or are you just like asking yourself? Actually,
no. I'm asking you guys. What was my
Maybe
motivation?
like that good old Goofy movie song, like high hopes, we got high hopes.
Apple pie in the sky or something. Is it because Aaron Jones is made of glass?
Yes.
Okay. Whew.
Is Ty Chandler less than glass?
Yeah. All right, Mike. Which of my guys are you going to take now?
Let's see. He needs running backs again. He's going Rico Dowdle and
He
Jaleel.
doesn't.
He needs to grab a good QB.
He has 4 top 5 running backs.
He's going at least one more. Told you.
More.
So
he was
before when I was reading off my draft board and it was correlating with, and I said Ferguson, Ramondre, Zamir White. He didn't get Christian Kirk, Deontay Johnson, Marvin Mims, Bryce Young, Josh Downs. Like I literally read this to him yesterday, and now all those guys are his picks. And after Downs, Hunter Henry. Hey, okay, now I know you're watching, you asshole.
That's good.
All right, Mike.
That is funny.
All right, so I have decided that I'm going to take a 4th quarterback, and there are a couple left. If I had the opportunity to take Geno Smith, but when I took Jonathan Brooks, Geno Smith, I was waiting on him. Don't mind the Jonathan Brooks falling to me or being available when that time came, but I'm going to take Sam Howell if I have Geno Smith. And there is one legitimate starting lock at quarterback who's left. He just has to go one more pick, and I'm good.
And here we go.
QB 33 with a brand new offensive coordinator, a legitimate fullback, Alvin Kamara, Kendre Miller, Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, Juwan Johnson, and Dallin Holker. Like, Derek Carr has not finished outside of the top 16 quarterbacks, and I just got him at QB 32. You guys are slipping on Carr. He's my 4th quarterback. He's going to be putting up starter numbers.
Maybe. No, he probably will. That's definitely a really good value on him. You're getting, like you said, a surefire starter with the guys who could the guys in the on the board who could lose their jobs. Like,
and look at what Clint Kubiak did to Brock Purdy. Guy coming out of Iowa State, nobody ever heard of, Mr. Irrelevant, last drafted player in the NFL draft, and he was second in yards per dropback, fantasy points per dropback in the NFL last season. And now Clint Kubiak takes over the New Orleans offense that needed somebody like that. And he's got it. I love it.
Good pick, Schultze.
which one?
Josh Palmer.
Yeah, I definitely like him over Quentin Johnson, but even looking at last year, like he had a lot of really nice games, even with Easton's stick. Like, good Lord. I think he's one of those dudes that, like, he's just a solid player, isn't flashy, and people push him down because of that. But like, he's just a good football player, and yeah, he's never going to overwhelm. But when you're taking guys in the 16th round, just give me good football players.
Yeah,
Easton Stick is a top 10 name of all time. If you're a hockey fan, if you're a baseball fan, either one.
Yeah, it's true. I think his parents did that on purpose. I hope not.
Come on, come on.
It's not going to happen.
I do like Troy Franklin a lot. I just had to say that. I hate everything about Denver except for Troy Franklin and this guy.
I like Estime. I'm interested to see how that backfield ends up actually working out.
Yeah. A lot of people are really high on McLaughlin. Javonte Williams could have a huge year if all things go right for him.
Well, traditionally, if you look up any data on like Javonte's injury, it's always injury. Then year one after the injury is marginal success. And then year two after the injury is always astronomically better. So if that history goes and Denver is patient with him, I mean, we could see Javonte, that we saw, those sparks in his rookie year,
Yeah.
But that's if history repeats itself, which tends to happen.
I'm not even going to react to that, Mike. I'm not even going to give you the time of day.
That's right. Don't give it to him. Don't give him the satisfaction.
That's what he wants.
There's a lot there still.
Yeah.
So much.
I think I'm gonna try and go tight end my next 3 picks.
You can. They're there.
Oh, next 5 picks, I mean.
You took 3 already.
I know. I'm gonna be running like 6 flex tight ends. All right. This is the first one. Boop. Who's he going to compete with? Durham Smythe?
Yeah, I mean, that's a sneaky pick because they've never, one, had a tight end worth a damn in that offense. And 2, Johnny can still move.
It's more for me that I don't know that I've seen Tua really use his tight end.
But who has he had? Durham Smythe, Mike Gesicki, he had a year that made everybody go, huh, Gesicki, and then he never did anything.
Rivers Craycraft.
Right. I like the Theo Johnson pick. He was one of the 4 that I was targeting. Just because everything that I've read and written is that Bellinger is not it.
Ooh, I hate this. Oh.
Hey, Jerry Bagshaw. How you doing?
What's up, Jerry?
I hope your night is going well. Oh, Hendu checking in. Ty Chandler is a kick returner too. I thought it was Kene Nwangwu.
Well, they might both be back there.
That's true because you're going to want 2 guys back there.
So 4 quarterbacks, 4 tight ends, 4 running backs, and 4 receivers. I've got 5 tight ends. So it looks like it's running back and wide receiver for the rest of the way for me.
$100. Greinberg takes Dylan Laube.
I could see it happening. Because if he doesn't take them and you don't take them, I may take them just on the chance that, I'm
going to just put that up there real quick. It was funny. I was doing the premiere of my Dynasty show on Player Profiler News. And we had somebody in the comments that said that he was a Dylan Laube truther. And I hadn't put up my thing. My headline thing wasn't up there. And he put in the chat, I'm a Dylan Laube truther. And I was like, what? No. watch this, boom. And
I swear to God, I never get Jelani.
yeah, I get him in
Jelani's sneaky. I like Jelani. I just don't love Jelani's quarterback. Sorry, let me say it. I don't love Jelani's quarterback's ability to throw.
Well, if you think about it, if you're down on the 7-yard line and you're Anthony Richardson and you see 8 men in the box, and then you have a guy who's 6'7" and he's running 4.6 across the end zone, it's very easy to just kind of like take a step back and throw a 10-yard pass.
Sure, right? But he has to take a step back and throw a 10-yard pass instead of niche, tuck, and run into an 8-man box, which is what he'll do.
and pull the calf muscle.
Yeah.
Sprain his ankle. Well, Mike, I see that you were just trying to defy me and make me lose $100.
Well, yeah, he didn't take your guy. Now that doesn't mean your guy's going to make it to you, but he didn't take your guy.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he'll. Well, no, the running backs are pretty dried up at this point. If I'm Greinberg, I would have, instead of taking one of my guys that I like for his team, I would have taken Braylon Allen, just because if you have Breece Hall, take Braylon Allen. What the hell? All right, there's that. And so where are you targeting kicker?
I already took a kicker.
Did you?
Yep.
Oh, you were. Oh, okay. You got Butker. All right. Somebody was explaining that they last year punted kicker, didn't draft one, and just used their fab to like stream kickers, and they had the most kicker points in their division.
Interesting.
There's a lot of good kickers left.
Yeah, I love the kicker scoring, but like Tyler Bass is still there. Daniel Carlson is still there. Both of those guys, 2 years ago, Tyler Bass was the number 1 kicker, or rather, this scoring system, his 2022 season would have been kicker 1, which would have been like in the wide receiver 5, running back 4 range. So before you're taking like a Tyrone Tracy or an Audric Estime, take a kicker. Talk to us about Treylon. What are your? I mean, the Arkansas logo in your avatar kind of gives it away, but you're an Arkansas fan, is that correct?
That is 100% correct. But Treylon just has raw talent too, man. Like, I mean, freaking, we've seen it. The catch while getting concussed between 2 defensive players in the end zone. Like, we've seen him make some really big catches. Just injury, and the Titans really, not really using him well. But also, like, from what I've been told, Treylon has not had an off season like this off season since he's played football. So, call me a wisher, call me hopeful, because I'm bleeding my Arkansas red. But for the upside in round 19, even if, let's say, he is just special teams, right? Like, he could be effective in special teams and on the field. But also, what happens if Tennessee just decides, you know what, we're going to trade him? And then I'm looking at a second half of the season of Treylon playing for another team that's wide receiver needy with an actual quarterback that does more than eat bananas with the peel on and put mayonnaise in his coffee.
I'm game for just about anything, but I am not putting mayonnaise in fucking coffee. That is
like I've heard of butter coffee. I've heard of that.
you know, and Levis is getting some kind of hype, which I don't understand. Because like you watched last year, you know how many DeAndre Hopkins catches were like DeAndre running a route and then realizing the ball was like 10 feet in another direction and having to stop and like go over, the other way, like, or come back to the football. And I'm like, come on, and then he's definitely not protecting his wide receivers, when he throws the football.
Now, for those of you who are subscribed to Fantasy Football Advice Network and regular viewers of the Fantasy Forecast with Greinberg and Biggs, we have some shows coming up that are going to be our D&D shows, not Dungeons and Dragons. Do not draft. And Will Levis is going to be one of my topics. But here's the thing about Levis. I like his rushing upside. And I say that kind of with a question mark on the end. But Brian Callahan coming over from Cincinnati, if he can calm Levis's arm down and like get him to be a little bit better of a game manager and also fold in some of the, now when he had Burrow was a fantastic running quarterback in college at LSU, and he didn't do that at all in Cincinnati. So that might have been a Brian Callahan thing.
Schultze giving Arkansas a little love right there too.
Hell yeah, I didn't even think about that. But no, so I'm looking at the list of kickers, and I pulled out the Jags homer there. But when you look at the list of kickers who are left, tell me which offense for the starting kickers left is going to put up points like Jacksonville. So I know he's a rookie, but they drafted him, and he's going to be the dude. So I think he's a good late round kicker here.
I was about to say Daniel Carlson, aka
that's what you get for sleeping on the position, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm practicing. I'm not drafting him. Dustin Hopkins is still there. He showed out last year for Cleveland. But back to Treylon. Oh shit. I was supposed to take Malik Washington, but I fat fingered it. Let me find this. Okay, Keenan Allen, California Golden Bears legend, Keenan Allen, 6'2", 211. And he was wide receiver 19, 37, 41, and 162 to start his career. 4 seasons. And then 2017, his 5th year, he was wide receiver 3, 12, 6, 14, 10, and then last year, wide receiver 8. I absolutely see that arc for Treylon.
You know who else had that same kind of dynamic? Tyler Lockett.
Yeah.
Took him 3 years for them to figure out what to do with him. And then after that, he was never outside of the top 20.
And you know who is starting? Okay, so the reason I brought up Keenan Allen is because physically Treylon is a little bit bigger than Keenan Allen, but they're very similar in size and stature. Somebody who's closer to Tyler Lockett, that's going through kind of what Tyler Lockett went through at the beginning of his career, is Elijah Moore. Now, yeah. Elijah Moore came out as a rookie, and everybody went, "Oh, look at this guy." And then he just got buried on the Jets, traded to the Browns, buried on the Browns. At some point, it's possible Elijah Moore has an insane breakout. And year 4, year 5, not out of the question. All right. Thank you guys for drafting and participating and all that stuff. This has been a whirlwind of a week. It went by super, super fast, which was kind of the point. I got my licks in. I got my reps. I'm primed and ready for my live draft tomorrow in San Francisco. Let's fucking go.
You just had some strong Jack Black vibes there, and I loved it so much.
Oh, I should have worn my shirt. I have a Jack Black shirt that the whole shirt is just Jack Black faces.
It's great.
Should have worn that. All right. What we're going to do is we're each going to go through and we're going to assign MVP of the draft, and they cannot be ours. So it can't be Schultze, big boned, or Razorback 12. Go ahead
or
and look
Grindberg
through.
99. Fuck that guy.
Well, he's not here, but okay,
So
I'll
can't
take
pick
your lead
you
on that.
guys either. Like I can't pick you, right?
Correct.
Brendan?
It can't be any of the three of us. And even though my draft board is what Grindberg took, I'm not going to give him the I'm not going to give him the luxury, the satisfaction.
I know who mine is.
Good Lord, this guy, he just keeps doing it. Sweat and glitter. Charlene, I do like your draft, and I'm glad you're not in my division. Jalen
really
71 isn't bad.
I like Gator Raiders.
That's a good one. I'm sitting here looking at them, and that's my current favorite.
Now, I will say the running back trio of Josh Jacobs, Joe Mixon, James Conner, I'm not super big on those guys. I would have probably pivoted to other running backs, but with the carry bonus, was it 0.25 per carry? I want to leave Scott Fish with like at least 3 running backs I know who are going to get volume.
Yep. Yeah.
So I like the running back heavy approach. And then with the 2 quarterbacks walked out with Jaden Daniels at 410. What the hell?
And Jordan Love and Russell Wilson, the 3 solid quarterbacks.
And then for punting wide receiver, I mean, after Jamar Chase, but DeAndre Hopkins, I think he's going to be better than Ridley this year. Love Curtis Samuel. Not too huge on Judy, but solid value. Xavier Gibson, Greg Dortch, like a lot of high upside. Yeah, I like that team a lot.
He punted tight end.
Yes.
Yeah. Almost everybody punted tight end that we're looking at.
Well, it's because between Grindberg and Biggs, they took 6 of them.
More than that.
In the first 5 rounds.
Okay, there you go. ...
So yes, everybody else punted tight end.
I really like the what do you call it? Shia LaBeouf. I think just elite at wide receiver. Elite at wide receiver. They still managed to grab a top tight end. They stacked their top wide receiver. They got in Aaron Rodgers and Daniel Jones. And, as much as I don't like Daniel Jones and my brother's a Giants fan, he always has the possibility of a 80-yard rushing touchdown, surprisingly.
If he doesn't trip.
And then I secretly, I love Greg Dulcich. I think he's a baller.
Yeah, and the opportunity for him in a Sean Payton offense is pretty good. He just needs to stay healthy, which he hasn't been able to do. Shia LaBeouf is my MVP. Is this the second one in a row where he's doubled up? Tyreek Lovett, Amon-Ra St. Brown at pick 14 is crazy. Because I see the possibility of him being wide receiver 2 this year. Mark Andrews is good pick. Tua, Aaron Rodgers, and Daniel Jones which is a sneaky late round play as his quarterbacks. Mark Andrews, Jatavian Sanders, Greg Dulcich, and Cade Stover is a rookie, like maybe. Jalen Tolbert, underrated. Could break out possibly. A lot of people are really high on Brandon Cooks, but Jalen Tolbert is right there. I love Pop Douglas, Khalil Shakir's return value. Blake Corum could win that job outright. Antonio Gibson as a halfback like an H-back wide receiver. David Montgomery getting like the plotting carries and the touchdowns. Pickens, Olave, Hollywood, Christian Watson. If he has symmetry, he could go off this year, along with who was the other guy? Damn it. I lost.
A.T. Perry?
Hollywood Brown, along with Hollywood Brown. Yeah, Shia, God damn you. That's two doubles in a row. And who is your pick, Schulte?
Gatorators.
All right. Shout out to Gatorators and Shia LaBeouf. Both of them were in almost every mock draft that we did. So thank you guys for jumping in and being part of this. Thank you, Schulte and Tyler, for being here. There was a point right about 5:50 p.m. Pacific Standard Time where I was like, I don't have anybody in the draft room and nobody's going to be on the stream. But it all came together. And if you're watching out there, I know there's only a couple of you, but if you watch this later, tomorrow, I think we start about noon Pacific time. I'm going to turn my camera on. I'm going to be in live stream mode from the Scott Fish Bowl live draft in San Francisco at Tempest Club. And you guys are all going to be able to witness exactly what's going on. So for everybody at Fantasy Football Plus, the Undroppables, Player Profiler, Fantasy Football Advice Network, no, Fantasy Sports Advice Network, look for it. Where can they find you, Schulte?
Oh, hit me up on Twitter at Schulte, SCHU1TZY, Shoe Onesie.
And Tyler, I know you love your inbox being full, your DMs full. You want to give the beats?
Yeah. You can find me at FF Advice Network or at Tyler Bradley CP is my personal Twitter. I don't promote it that much. It kind of, I kind of keep it in the background a little bit as much as I can. But, you can find me there, or you can go to fantasysportsadvice.com and within the next week, join our social media platform. And I'm on there all the time. So,
and also see us at the Expo and the Fantasy Football Advice Network booth. Go ahead and plug your dealership, buddy.
Plug my dealership. Okay. Yeah. If you need a Nissan or you need a Toyota, you give me a call. I got you. Chuck Hutton is the brand, and we will get you rolling on all four wheels.
Chuck Hutton in Memphis, right?
Memphis. And so our Toyota dealership's in Memphis, Tennessee, and our Nissan dealership is in Jackson, Tennessee, and we can ship to wherever. So don't worry if you're in California and you need to buy a car. I got you.
I just had in my head, I'm going to Jackson.
So we actually we just bought the dealership in Jackson, and like our last phrase at the end of the commercial is like, Chuck Hutton will have you saying, "We're going to Jackson."
I'm going to Jackson. That's a great song. I am bigz at BigBoned FFB. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment. Let's share it around. Enjoy your Scott Fish Bowl drafts if yours isn't over yet, or if you're waiting, like Fayetteville and San Francisco and New York and all those, and Boston. And we will see you next time. I hope you win. And Tyler, stick around. Schulte's got an idea. Hope you win, everybody.
Hope you win.